It's the Almost Perfect Podcast.
Welcome to the Almost Perfect Podcast, a celebration of fuck ups, failures, and falling flat on your face. This is a podcast that believes you can learn from experience, but that experience doesn't have to be your own. Hi, I'm Bob Perfect, and I'm a functional fuck up. Let's learn from somebody else's mistakes. And today we are learning from Audiomarc. Now, Audiomarc is a producer and a DJ from the Ivyson team. And you might know him originally as Nasty C's DJ, but lately he's come out with his debut EP slash album. I see some places calling it an album, but we called it an EP the entire time we were talking. So I think it's an EP called Trap Addict. And yeah, it's got some fucking bangers on it. Some songs have done millions of views and millions of hits and those sorts of things. So it seems the move into production has been a smart one for Audiomarc, and we get the story on how it all happened, how the pandemic actually led to him creating more music, since he wasn't on tour DJing as much anymore. We get the story of how him and Nasty became friends, and how, yeah, they've been together ever since. We also hear about Audiomarc's upbringing, very musical upbringing from both sides of his parents, and how he struggled to fit in when he was younger, having to bounce between a Zulu parent and a colored parent, and the struggles of trying to fit into different communities. But these days, he's definitely found his voice, he's definitely found his confidence, and you'll hear how that all happened in just a little bit. Of course, I need to let you know that this podcast is brought to you by you. That means you can support it by going to patreon.com/almostperfect, where there are 3 different tiers you can sign up for as little as $1 a month. And you get various different benefits, from being able to suggest guests and ask guest questions, to getting shipped free merch after you get to like 6 months, and various different things. Go check out patreon.com/almostperfect to check that out. You can also go to almostperfect.co.za, where you can buy t-shirts and you can buy mugs. This podcast is also sponsored by King's House of Herbs on Florida Road, so if you like to get a little stress relieved, go to King's House of Herbs on Florida Road. And then also sponsored by the Print Room in Durban, so if you want to get your own mugs made or various other items printed, go check them out and tell them Bob sent you. So yeah, that's it. That's the stuff I need to let you know. Other stuff I need to let you know today, we're not doing the whole, hey, how are you? I hope you're good. You know, this is what happened this week, because not really in the best space at the moment, not really feeling the vibes, going through some personal shit that, and also dealing with fucking neighbors currently doing fucking renovations at 8 o'clock in the fucking morning. There's me like, oh, let me get up early to do the intro. I did get up early, like I've done all my other things before this, and now I'm doing this, and now my neighbors. Anyway, point being, no long intro today. And also this is gonna be the last podcast probably for the year. I think I might do one more to cap things off. I know I said at the beginning of the year that I was gonna release a podcast every Friday, and I've basically done that. I need to do like 3 more, and I would have done it, but at this point, due to some other shit, I just don't fucking like. I need to take a little bit of a break, and so that's what I'm gonna do. And then we're gonna come back pretty fucking strong next year. I promise you that. I've already got a lot of ideas, I want to just try and tighten the podcast up a little bit, restructure it a little bit. So the intro might be a little different. You might hear things. Yeah, well, no, not might. You definitely will hear a difference next year when you listen to this podcast. So that's something to look forward to. Also, something I wanted to mention at the end of the podcast, you'll hear myself and Mark busy talking about me going to their gig party on a Tuesday. That did not happen with COVID numbers going up and all of that. I figured I'm back into my chill zone. I'm gonna just be trying to spend time with people one-on-one and all of that going forward. So yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta tell you this week. I hope you have a good December. I do. I really do. I hope these holidays you manage to just spend time with people who you love. Like that's it. That's all I want from you. And yeah, if we don't chat before then, hope you have a good new year. And with that out the way, here comes the Almost Perfect Podcast with Audiomarc. So, how are you living, Audiomarc?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm living good. No complaints. Just trying to make this money out here. And how are you living?
Oh, don't even worry about me. I'm up, I'm down, I'm all around the show. But with a million, like you've got a million streams now on your first single ever, and then that's just on YouTube on the video, and then you've also got
Yeah,
like another million streams I saw recently, which was just on the newest single, right? Why me?
yeah.
So you must be feeling pretty good about all of that. How are you feeling about that?
Now I'm excited, eh? Like I know I'm moving in the right path. So yeah, I'm just excited. I know I have the great formula and it's working for me, and I'm not about to change it anytime soon.
Well, clearly, because it's not like many people, kick their careers off, like, as producers with their first
Yeah,
track, basically, going to a million streams. So I've read a little bit about the whole thing that you feel like, you've got the timing down at the moment and like, you've got God's providence with you.
yeah.
So yeah, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So with me, I would say I'm really blessed because like my team I work with, I work with like popular people. So it's kinda helps me, like, as I'm I'm dropping music now and I'm getting the streams. So I know, okay, at least God bless me with, like, a proper team, like, the association I have, like, my friends around me. So it's easy for me to actually get a reach, like, whenever I drop something, like, people will actually listen to it, and so I feel really blessed about that, eh?
But the thing is, it's a team that, you've been a part of for quite a while and, you've
Yeah,
kind of been a bit in the background, you're always known as Nasty C's DJ and that sort of thing. Was there ever a
yeah.
time where like you felt like that was always just going to be your role, or was this like a long-term plan?
Nah, it was a long-term plan. I'm not planning to be a DJ, like, for the rest of my life. I still want to branch out, I want to do A&R and become like executive producer for like new artists and stuff. So I have a plan. So I never thought that I'll be a DJ like for the rest of my life or my career.
So you actually like finding other artists and you like to, I mean, because you are working with some popular names, but at the same time, some of the names like aren't necessarily the biggest names in the game. I mean, I know some of them from Durban, but like
Yeah,
yeah, you also at the same time have with this EP that you put out, found a few
yeah.
other talents. So how do you come to work with the people you come to work with in that regard?
Also with that, it's basically like just listening to music, word of mouth, like people who reach out to me and actually work. Like I'd send someone the beats and they'll actually like do something on the beats and send it back to me. So with this project, it was actually like that. Like I just put on people that were actually willing to work with me. I never begged anyone to send me verses. Everyone that I worked with on this project was like really wanted to work with me. So the energy was pure. And also like on Instagram, like I see a lot of stuff on Instagram. I follow a lot of like hip hop pages, so I'll see
Yeah,
like upcoming artists like with for instance, Case Closed. I saw him on like a hip hop page on Instagram and I actually reached out to him saying, yo, actually from Durban, we need to work on something. I sent him a beat, like it took him like a day or two. He sent me something back.
nice. And I take it you've had experiences that are like the opposites of that.
Yeah, those guys are not on my EP. Like like guys will see you'll send him like a song. There's guys that were like, "Why I'm not in your EP, dog?" Like I sent you a beat a year ago, dog, and you never send me anything back. So you can't just say why you're not on my EP. I sent you something and you never get back to me. So like some guys like that are not on my EP.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the thing. Like, some people might cry foul when it comes to the industry, like, because
Yeah,
you do have like connections and that, but at the same time, it's like if you're willing to work, then maybe there's going to be work for you. But it's
yeah,
like you say, like if you're sending out beats, and I know this is a thing, like, and I know it's within every industry because I do stand up comedy, and there's always the guys who are complaining about stuff not happening for them. But it's like, what are you doing? What are you
what are
actually
you
doing
doing?
to improve your career?
Like a lot of people like in the industry, I've also realized like in the music industry, like a lot of people feel entitled. Like they feel like, no, I deserve this feature. Like, but what are you doing to actually get the feature? Or what are you doing to actually make the feature happen? So, but I'm not focused on those people like that.
Yeah, like it's you got to put in the work, and I'm sure you've seen that
Mm,
for yourself over the years, because
yeah,
with the Ivyson crew, like that has been a ton of work to get each member basically up to the level where you're all at. I mean, Nasty was the
yeah,
leading guy, but it seems like it's a big like crew collaborative process to like put everyone on.
yeah. We all like that's the plan. Like all of us have to be on. We can't just have like guys in the background that are because we close friends. So at the end of the day, we all need to make it. We have families to feed. We have like we all want to have our own houses. Like we all want to succeed. So it's like it's a collective thing. Like everyone needs to succeed in the team. And if you're not succeeding, you feel like you're not actually contributing to the team. So like that's a good push for like all of us to actually make it.
Yo, yeah, that must actually be a lot of pressure too, because like,
Yeah,
I mean, obviously with Nasty like doing the numbers he's done over the years, but someone
yeah,
like Blackie as well coming through has done like so amazingly this year. So have
yeah.
you felt like a bit of pressure?
Uh, okay, with Blackie, Blackie's not actually part of like Ivyson, hey?
I know, but it was just like on Why Me. I was just talking about with that
Oh,
track.
no, so it's my song. There's no pressure. Like those are the features that got on my song. So it's actually good for me that I actually got people that are out there that can actually get the numbers for me and also get the audience for me, for people to actually pay attention to what I'm doing.
Isn't it a bit daunting knowing that like you are going to get this many people, or you just confidence in your shit, or you just like, yeah, no, my shit bangs.
Nah, I know my shit bangs, so I'm not under any pressure. It's just like I just want to get my like this is my first project, like the EP. So I just put it out for answer to test the waters to see like how people are actually receive my own music without these big artists and stuff. So it's actually quite. It's like I'm happy with like the reception of it. Like there's a lot of people actually getting back to me like, "Yo, shout out for putting on like Durban Cats." Like we never ever
Yeah.
thought you actually put on Durban Cats. We thought you just trying to be international and stuff. I'm like, no, I need to start at home so I can have like a good storyline. Okay, this is my projects I did with Durban guys. My next projects I'll have like people from Joburg, Cape Town, and stuff. So I'm quite
Yeah, I was
happy.
actually gonna ask, was that an intentional thing?
Yeah, it was intentional. Like I had to start at home before actually trying to get like other places and stuff. I do have music with other artists from other areas. I was like, yo, this is my first EP. Let me just dedicate it to my city and like just show my city love.
Well, yeah, you were talking about the Ivyson crew coming up together, and obviously that brings up, your friendship with you and Nasty C. So when did you guys actually meet?
It was when he dropped his lame EP. That was probably like 2012.
Shit, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, because I bought his EP. I bought his EP from a friend I went to school with, like Kyle. Man, I was like, yo, actually, Kyle, this kid is like, I haven't heard anyone like this in South Africa. We actually need to show this kid love and actually like try like spread his music. Like I bought his EP and then I started selling his EP to people. So yeah, so it was I caught okay, it was love at first sight, no homo. But like when I first heard him, I was like, yo, actually, this is the one. Let's try our best just to get him out there.
And so what? You bought the CD, and then how did you guys meet?
I bought his CD and then like on BBM, we just started chatting like because I was like, yo, actually I'm gonna because we're from Durban, but
Mm.
he's like from a township like in the south, so he's not like even in the city. So I was like, yo, if you need any help like to get to the city or like I can actually help you to I can connect you with some people in the city and I'll actually like I'll just sell your music, I'll let people know about you. So I just offered to help him and then I think it was a week, it was a week or a month and then that's when we met. We chilled, we hang, we smoked, yeah.
Oh, nice. And
Yeah.
like, who did you know in the city at the time that you were confident that you could like put him on?
I have friends they call SMB.
Oh,
They
cool.
like
Yeah, I know SMB. Oh, I
yeah.
know who they
So
are.
they were hosting events and stuff back in the day, and they were selling like clothes. They have like their brand Babs. So
Yeah.
like yeah, I knew like if you could get into that market, he's gonna make it, and that's what
And were you
happened.
DJing at the time there?
Not really. Like Nasty wanted me to become his DJ, but I wasn't even confident back in the day. Like, no, I found him like whenever he told me, like, dog, you need to DJ for me at this show. I'd get to the show, like, okay, we'll do this. When it's time to hop on stage, I'll just call a DJ that's close by, yo, can you actually play for this guy, dog? So I was shy, I doubted myself until like when he actually made it and it was in Job, was like, yo, in order for us to like stay as a squad, because I'm gonna be forced to like get like a new squad because I'm this side. So you need to come this side and just start DJing for me. And it started from that was like late 2016, yeah.
And how old were you then?
25? Yeah,
Okay. So that's
yeah,
like where I get that, because 25 is where like, yeah, I also started to like take myself a little bit more seriously and realize
yeah,
like, you can do some things. And
yeah,
so at that point, I take it, yeah, you were suffering under the pressure. And I guess through playing with Nasty and through DJing to massive crowds and stuff like that, you've developed confidence.
yeah. I really did, hey. Because on my first show, it was like a really huge show. And he told me, yo, you know what you're gonna do? You have the track list. You're gonna just press play, stop the song, kick it the next song. Whenever I tell you, like he used to give me like we started off. He told me I'll give you hand signals, so just look at my hand. Whenever I pick up my hand, you need to stop the song, or I'll just tell you on the mic, okay, play this song. So it started like that, and then I eventually met like other DJs that also helped me. Like, yo, actually, you can actually do this. Stop being shy, and that's how I built my confidence.
And then how did you get into producing? When did that all start coming about?
I'd say that I started like my first time actually like producing something was in like 2017.
Okay.
You teaching me, okay, this is how you make a beat and stuff. And then the first time I made a beat and we recorded other beats. And I was also recording. I had like it's not a verse. I could say it's a bridge. That's like the first time I ever like went onto a mic and I was like, the song never dropped, but I was like, no, actually my strengths are rather be like in the background. I can DJ, I can produce, but like being on the mic is not my thing. So 2017 was the first time.
And then what did you learn on, and how was that process? Did you like make a lot of songs at home, or yeah, what was the process of learning how to produce like?
In 2017, I never really take it serious, eh? I was like,
Okay.
because I was a DJ and like we are always busy. So I never actually like invest time to actually learn how to produce. But I learned like the basics and stuff. And then I took it serious. I actually took it seriously like last year. I won't even lie. Eh? During the COVID lockdown, we were just chilling at home and we never have anything to do. There was no shows. So he continued like recording music and I was just chilling. Like I felt like actually I'm not doing anything. I felt like useless. Like let me just take this time and learn like a new skill. And then that's when I started like actually like producing beats.
That's actually, yeah, that's so dope, because I know a lot of people kind of did the same thing, because especially if you're a performing artist and you were traveling a
Yeah.
lot and you're touring, and that's where like so much of your energy is going. Once
Yeah.
that stopped, like it was like, okay, well, what are the other things I want to do with my life that I can do from home?
Yeah. So yeah, that's how it started. And like my first like actual beats I made like from scratch until the end. Like with the help of Nasty C, like I actually got like a big feature on it. Like he put CI on the song. So I was like, yo, this is actually
Casual.
huge. Yeah. So like he put CI on the song. I was like, yo, I need to continue doing this. I can't stop now. I can't just make a beat and CI hops on it and then I stop and then I just go MIA. And I continue, I put in the work. We did audio sizzle.
Yeah.
That came out like really dope. I was like, 'cause that's when I like I started like I was impressed with myself. Like, yo, actually, I can actually do this. So let me just put in the work. And yeah, that's how I actually started like taking myself serious.
Yeah, because that's actually where I first heard you, was Audio Sizzle, but, like, yeah, I had no clue who you were before that, and then I kinda knew your name, but, like, I looked for more music, and I didn't see anything else really, so I was like, where did this all come from, essentially? So, like, were there also, like did you have a lot of tracks that you had thrown away before that? Or, yeah, like, what was the
I
creative process like?
I I won't lie, I have a lot of beats I've deleted. Like after audio season, like all the previous beats, I was like, yo, let me just start from scratch. I'm deleting all of this. It was a bad idea, but I was like, okay, let me just do it. I deleted all the beats and I started from scratch. I said, I'm gonna start on this like this pace. I don't wanna make anything below like audio sizzle. And
And
then
then from
yeah,
that's just been the standard ever since.
that's been the standard, yeah.
But are you still, like, going through the process of, like, finding stuff that's, like, just, like, not working and, like, trying to make it work? Or, like, do you
Yeah.
ever have those kind of processes?
Yeah, I do. Like whenever I make beats, like I call my EP Trap Addict because
Mhm.
whenever I make beats, like most of the time it's just gonna come out as like a hard trap song, trap beat, and it's gonna sound like someone else's beats. It's gonna probably sound like a Money Bag Yo beats. Like I've been making a lot of like type beats. So those
Okay.
beats I don't actually take serious because I'm trying to find like my own sound. So
So it's
yeah.
like a practice beat almost with those kind of
That's
things.
it's a practice piece, yeah. Because even if I can like start like I'll try making an R&B song, and then like just down the line I'll just add in an 808 and it will come out as trap. And I'm like, nah, this is not the one. Let me start
But
again
you've
and try
kind of done
something
that
else.
on the album as well, though. Like, you
Yeah,
kinda did that with, Curved, like, I think was the track
yeah,
that's like that. And then also
yeah,
Audio Sizzle actually kinda does that.
yeah. So yeah, so actually I'm like I listen to a lot of trap music, so whatever I make is gonna come out as trap. So that's where I'm stuck like right now. Like I'm trying to make things outside of trap, even though trap is like my strongest points, but I'm just trying to diversify myself. I'm trying to make beats for like Teleman, Rolling. Like with the people around me because like I can't be like even Nasty C is not into trap beats like that. So I'm
Okay.
just trying to make because I know like if as like Narcissus DJ and if I can make like beats he really loves, we can end up making a lot of money together. Like I can get 50% of whatever he makes. So that's what I'm trying to do right now.
I actually wanted to ask, what is the money like on 1,000,000 streams? Is it, like, worthwhile, or are
I
we, like, still waiting for the 10,000,000 streams before we can buy, like, a nice
nah,
car or something?
I haven't even checked Like I don't check that. But I don't think it's a big check. I doubt it's a big check.
Yeah, I've heard, like, the whole streaming thing is still screwing over artists immensely. So what is the plan when
Yeah.
it comes to, making money when it comes to this thing? Because we all know, like, yeah, like, the pie keeps getting smaller in some ways.
I just think it's like getting like dope placements. Like if you can get a placement with a guy that gets a lot of streams, that's when you actually like see the money coming through. So that's what I'm trying to do right now because I am working like with producers like in the States because I'm trying to
Okay.
get a dope placement. Yeah. So I
But is
think
it
just
just,
getting
like
like a big
I was gonna say, is it just based on, like, yeah, like, getting songs made and stuff, or there anything else, like, that you can get out of, like, these songs?
yeah, also like brands, like if you're gonna make like a catchy song and a brand's trying to I think that's where most people actually make money. Like if you're gonna make a beats and the song actually comes out dope and a brand tries to use that song for like their ad or something, I
Yeah.
think that's where like guys are actually making the money.
Okay, and then also, what about, like, live performances and stuff? Like, obviously, you got your DJ side of things. Are you ever looking at putting together your own show?
Yeah, I actually tried putting together a show like last month, but I
Okay.
felt like I was rushing it. I felt like I was rushing it, and then I just postponed it. I was like, let me just take my time. I don't know. It felt rushed because like people are like, "Can you have why me? You need to do an event or something." And then I tried. I had a lineup, a dope lineup, but it just felt rushed. Like, no, I don't want to do this right now. So probably next year I'll actually like have my first events. Like I'll host my first events. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause you seem to be all about that, taking your time with things.
yeah.
So,
I've seen a lot of people crash. Like crashing stuff is not the one.
yeah, I guess you probably have at this point because 'cause you've been in the industry for a while now, so you can actually
Yeah.
learn from other people's mistakes.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. Like I watch other people, like, I don't wanna make that mistake. And I'm not really like a cloud chaser. So like a lot of people say, yo, you got a lot of exposure now. Do this. You need to start branching into this. I'm like, go, but I don't feel like I'm ready for that right now. So I want to take things like I want to do everything like on my own pace because I feel like that's how it comes out, like the way you actually want it to come out. And you don't have to blame anyone. Like if you're gonna rush something and it doesn't come because you're busy listening to people and it doesn't happen the way you wanted it, you're gonna start blaming people. Like, yo, if I never listened to this guy, this wasn't gonna happen. Maybe you had like an embarrassing moment and you weren't even like ready for that. Like right now you can't like let's just say Sway calls me and says, "Yo, come onto the Sway show. I need a mix from you." Anything. I wouldn't rush to do that. I wouldn't rush to do that because I feel like I'm not ready for like that type of platform. But I know someone else would like jump on it and then actually go there and maybe do a crap mix or anything, and that's
And then
embarrassing.
become
It's
a
gonna live on
meme.
like Sway's page on. It's gonna live on Sway's page forever. So I don't like rushing things like that.
Yeah, so you're kind of always being conscious of where you're at. Like it seems like
Yeah,
your confidence is pretty well earned, like judging by
yeah,
like all the stuff you've said, because starting out earlier in your career, you definitely didn't feel that way. And it's just like steadily because of like taking your time and going like, okay, now I'm ready, instead of like just
yeah.
trying to jump ahead. It seems like you've actually managed to make everything work quite well for yourself.
Yeah, I know. I'm just taking things like my own pace. I'm not rushing. I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm just competing with myself, and that keeps me like keeps my mindset the way I want it to be.
Cool. In terms of like this live gig that you want to put together, what's the concept behind it? What are some of the ideas that you can share with us?
Okay, well, so with my show, I was actually trying to like push for like hip hop artists to like actually like perform because I'm friends with a lot of artists. Like as you can see, like also on my projects, I have like artists that are not actually big and they don't get booked to perform. So I was just trying to do something that's gonna like give them a young platform to showcase their talents.
That's dope. I mean, have you always it seems like you've always had that passion though. Were you ever going to get into promoting or anything like when you're younger? What were your plans before you became
Yeah.
Nasty's DJ?
As I mentioned earlier on, I'm friends with like the SMB guys.
Yeah,
But they've been doing like a lot of like shows and stuff. But I actually never got into it because, as I told you, like my personality before, I was like shy and I wasn't confident. So it's been something I've always wanted to do, but actually never started. You know, when you need to start doing something whenever you think about it. But I never start until like actually Nasty C pushed me to actually, yo, you really love what like you really love music, you love hip hop, you actually need to start doing it and becoming part of it. So
that's
yeah,
fucking cool. Like,
yeah,
but I think he also obviously appreciated that you believed in him like before anyone else did.
yeah,
So that's why he's always like pushed you. So do you have that relationship with each other?
yeah, we do. With him, like with some artists, like his favorite artist now, like Young Thug, he didn't know about Young Thug before he met me, and I put him onto Young Thug. So it's like I've always been the guy. I've always been the guy, even before becoming a I've always been the guy that had like dope music, but I wasn't a DJ. So I'd like play like Young Thug wasn't even big in SA, but I was listening to Young Thug, listening to like Dirk and stuff. So I put him on some music, and I think that's where he realized, oh, actually, this guy knows what he's doing. He just needs to start doing it.
So how did you
So
get
yeah,
into hip hop and trap and yeah, the various different aspects of it?
I'd say it started because okay, I'm mixed race, so my dad is like Zulu and my mom is a Khalid. So
Okay.
like the hip hop and R&B side came from like my mom's side.
Okay.
Yeah, like whenever at my mom's place, listening to like trap
What
music,
was
or
she
listening
playing?
to like Mike Jones, Nelly,
Oh, wow.
uh, who's this guy? LL Cool J.
Oh, snap. Ladies love Cool J.
Yeah. So I was listening to a lot of that stuff, and you like like in colored communities, like the guys like love like loud cars, like with subwoofers.
Sure.
So so whenever you play the song needed to have like dope bass and stuff.
Just like glass shattering bass. Like it's just like
Yeah,
the car's
like
literally just bouncing. I know the vibe.
like if the car's gonna drive past your house or like just drive past a parking lot where other cars are parked, like car alarms need to go off. If no car alarm goes off, your car's not too loud. You need to do better. So I grew up like that, like with the 808s and stuff. So I think that's where it's actually started.
Which areas did you grow up in?
My dad's side is in Amlazi Township,
Okay.
and my mom is like Marion Ridge. It's in like close to Pinetown.
Yeah, I know. I know where those
Yeah,
are. And
and
did you bounce around the two places a lot, or
yeah,
what was
I
that
bounced
situation
around
like?
2 places. Like my parents are separate, so there's years where I was just living with my mom, and then I'll go live with my dad for like a couple of years. So I've been bouncing around like that. Yeah,
Do you think that's what like it might have affected your confidence a little bit when you were younger, or am I
yeah,
reaching a little bit
definitely.
there?
Like
Oh, is
definitely.
it?
Yeah, definitely. Because I needed to fit in. Like I grew up like in a Zulu community. We're speaking Zulu like the whole time, and then I need to go to a colored community. Now I need to forget about my Zulu and try fit in with the colors and stuff. And that's where, like, I just doubted myself. I wasn't confident or shy and stuff. I think that affected me. Yeah.
And so is that why you withdrew into like finding music and that sort of thing? So I imagine you're probably someone who was on the internet a lot, you know, in SoundCloud, busy trying to find
Yeah.
like just dope music.
Yeah. That's how I started off. Like I was trying to get music when like the internet was still bad on phones. It was just like WAP. And I'm I'm
Yeah,
trying to download some music, trying to at least if I could get a new
it
song,
costs like
that's how it
100
was.
rand at airtime.
Yeah. So I was big on like that website Web Tricks. I was
Yeah.
just big getting
Wow,
like
that's a throwback.
yeah, downloading Young Money music, Lil Wayne, trying to get all the music. So I've come from that era, yeah.
Did you ever get involved with like MySpace or anything, or was it mostly just cell phone based at that stage?
MySpace, I tried like in varsity, but and then Facebook came, so I was late for MySpace. When Facebook came, I just forgot about MySpace, and I
Yeah,
was just
everyone did.
yeah. So I was kind of late because I used to see like Bow Wow, Soldier Boy, like on MySpace and stuff, but I wasn't actually because like we didn't have internet. Only could get internet properly like when I got into varsity, and that was like the last years of like the last days of MySpace.
Where were you finding music at that stage when you were at varsity?
Uh, a lot of these illegal sites, these illegal sites. Like
Yeah, yeah.
you just type in. Oh, I'd say web tricks because like when we first like had phones, like cell phones, like Motorola V360s and stuff, it was just like web tricks. So when you're on web tricks, you're just downloading whatever you could find.
But like, I'm just meaning like, you know, where you like, was Cassie MP3 like something that, you know, was
Yeah. Oh
influential at
yeah.
all and that sort of stuff?
That's
Like, yeah, because I
MP3. Yeah.
cool, yeah, like, cause I just remember there was this, like, sick period of time, like, for South African music, for discovery, you know, you had your Cassie MP3, you had your SoundCloud, you had, like, all these different places
Yeah.
where you could just, like, you know, get in touch with music and just be a
Music.
part of, like, a community that other people didn't really know about. So you were also,
Yeah.
like, one of those cats who was just, like, you were crate digging on the internet.
Yeah. I was those cats, eh? Because on Kasi MP3, I think the web trick, I was on web tricks for like hip hop music. And
Yeah.
in Kasi MP3, I was there like for like the house to go music and stuff.
Mm.
And also like Kasi rap, like on Kasi MP3 you could get like underground cats like from Durban, guys that were rapping like at the what's the at Bad Center and
Yeah.
stuff. So like guys used to upload their music there. So that's where I used to get like the local music, yeah.
So did you ever go to those shows at the Bat Center? Was that part of your upbringing?
Yeah, I wasn't like a Bad Center cat, but I've been there.
Okay, so you popped in and
Yeah.
out. What was your experience? So you said the SMB crew. What other gigs did you go to when you were growing up?
I'm trying to think of the first gig. Thing is like also like my uncle's a DJ.
Okay,
My dad, like I grew up like with the music was also like part of my dad's side because my dad, like growing up, my dad had like a sound system. He used to hire out for like weddings, just functions.
nice.
So I was also exposed to a lot of music through my dad and my uncle.
What kind of music did your dad dig? Because you said your mom was more the R&B and hip hop.
my dad, since my dad was listening to everything. He dated a colored girl, so he's listening to house music, quieter, also hip hop, and he always needed to like update his CDs. So I know my dad, whenever new music dropped, he'll buy the CD at Musical when it first came out, or buy the cassettes. So with
And
also
so
my
you,
dad, I got exposed to a lot of music through my dad because he was buying like he made sure he buys like all the latest music that comes out.
that's so cool. So you literally
Mm.
had like, yeah, this upbringing that just had like a massive appreciation for music the entire
Yeah,
time. So it's almost like you were destined, for this
to be
role.
yeah. Yeah, I'm sure my dad's like yeah, I'm sure my dad's proud of me because yeah, he's proud of me because I was shy because like being shy, I never show him that side of like of myself. Like I never show him that I'm actually interested in music. But I really
Okay.
appreciated like the music and stuff. And also, like growing up like in strict families, you're not allowed to touch the equipment and stuff. So that also
Okay.
stopped me like from actually like expressing that I'm actually interested in doing this because whenever you try to touch like a CD player or you just shouts at you like yo you're gonna break this stuff, leave it alone. So yeah, well, I think that also delayed like this whole process.
Sheesh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And like,
Yeah.
I think a few different people can relate to that because a lot of people grow up in households like that where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it is just the fear that kids are gonna fuck things up, but like that can actually have some long term effects on the kids.
I don't blame him because I was actually fucking shit up, I won't lie. Like I'd blow up my dad's amplifier and keep quiet and I
Oh,
won't even tell him because of
um,
the colored side. Because I know play bass on a dual and the shit on the side and I'll actually break stuff. So I think that also like is like, yo, don't touch my stuff because you're always ruining my stuff.
yeah, no, I was also a kid who kind of pushed the limits of certain things,
Yeah.
and
I
yeah,
had to
just
connect I used to connect like Walkmans onto like big speakers. Like he'd have like 18-inch speakers and stuff. And I like, the headphones, the earphones,
mm,
I'd break it and take like the cable and try connect like your big speaker and try listen to onto a big speaker. So I was that kid. I'm always connecting
oh
speakers
god.
and stuff, blowing up amps and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that I mean, yeah, that sounds actually very familiar to some of my upbringing because I did similar shit, man. And like, yeah, you like unscrew some things and you don't know how to screw them back together at the
I was like that, yeah. I was worse because like my dad will get like a new amp, like just for the house. And it wouldn't even last for like a week because I'll just blow it
end.
up. And then I'll keep quiet and act like sometimes there's things I've never like actually like came out and say, I did this because I was like, yo, if I say it's me, it's probably gonna beat me up. I should just keep quiet. And but I know you knew that it was me. So I
They
just grew up
always
like that.
know.
Yeah.
The amount of like lies I used to tell to my mom's face are just like, she knew I was lying, of course. Like, who else would it be? Who the fuck? It was just me and her that lived in the house together. So like,
That's that's the same thing with me. It was just me and him in the house. And I was like, "No, I don't know what happened. I probably played it, and I don't know what happened. It's just stopped playing. But like you were probably the volume was on max, so you just did something to the sound."
yeah, fuck. So, okay, yeah. So let's also talk about so going from that, being a bit of a shy kid who's just loving music and like fucking up a little bit and like ruining some things for the family. So with DJing and stuff, have you ever had those kind of issues where you were early on not knowing like how to like not push it into the red and all of those sorts of things. Have you ever blown any systems like live or caused any like fuck ups live?
Like now when I started DJing for Nasty.
Yeah.
Nah, because like I
Nah.
really like I grew up like at home. I knew like because I used to blow up stuff at home, so I knew I can't push stuff to red unless like when I got to the show and like all the DJs are pushing it. But because we have like a sound guy we travel with, you'll tell me, yo, dog,
Okay.
just leave the volume here, don't push it over this. So I've never did anything like that, but I know I've had a few fuck ups like on a mixer where like
Okay.
people would just put like effects, those effects where
Yeah, the
it just
flanger and
fade
all of
away.
that
Maybe
stuff.
it'll fade away the the vocals, and you'll just have the bass playing when it's on the left, and then when it's on the right, it won't have any bass. It just have like the hi-hats and stuff. So a few of like when the DJ, I think maybe when a DJ leaves something like that, and I just come on and play. And I'm like, why it's only playing bass? And I don't know what's actually happening until the sound guy will come. Yo, actually the effects is on, switch it off. Yeah, but I learned. I got taught that bass.
So yeah, I was gonna say you've had to learn how to do that because I like yeah I've DJed a bit over the years and stuff, and like I used to have like my own CDJ 800s with like a little 2 channel mixer, but then you
Yeah,
go to the clubs and like there's these 4 channel mixers with like 700 knobs, and it's just like
yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
this is the big leagues.
Yeah. So with that stuff, I learned like along the way. Like, okay, I need to check like if all the effects are off, like all the levels are straight. So I learned that along the way.
Yeah, it seems like you've just like taken like everything one step at a time, like
Yeah,
just learning lesson after lesson and
yeah.
incorporating all of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's been really cool. Yeah, is there anything else you really want to chat about at the moment? What's on your mind?
Right now I'm just trying to push my project. Like I'm trying to with the songs I've did like with Nasty C, like I've got high streams and stuff. So
Yeah,
like I have music with like unknown artists now, and like the streams are slow. So right now I'm just trying to push for that, like just trying to get my streams up, like so I can
yeah. I see
expose
you've
it to
been pushing
people.
OK Sharp at the moment. Is that like
Yeah,
the main single for now?
I don't really have like a main single, but like that's a single like whenever I play it, I feel like okay, this reminds me of back at home, like in Durban,
Yeah,
because like the vernac raps and stuff. So yeah,
yeah. It's also like
that's
P
what.
Dog Amazing's been around for quite a while. It's cool to see him
Yeah, P
like getting
Dog's
that
my
big
homie.
track.
We studied together. We went to varsity together. So when I was like dropping, like I was okay, I'm dropping my EP. This is like one of my friends. Like P Dog's my close friend. So I was like, yo, it wouldn't be right if I don't put him on because I know he's actually hustling and he's pushing and P Dog has tasted like the piece of a pie, and he
Yeah.
went back, like he disappeared for a while because of like the group he was in and stuff. So I'm actually also trying to like contribute like to him to actually like come blow up and stuff. So like he's one of my close friends. Yeah.
Well, that's dope. I didn't realize that you guys had that connection. But yeah, like I've known of his stuff for quite a long time. I mean, I had it on Durban as yours like years ago.
Yeah.
So
Like the name P
yeah.
Dog, we actually like me and my late friend, like one of our friends just passed away now. Like
Okay.
his name is
Sorry for your loss,
Ntutsugo.
man.
Like we actually named him P Dog because he was just real name is Pumnani, but he was just rapping like the whole time, and we're like, oh, P Dog, your name is P Dog, and then he just took the name and he ran with it. Yeah.
Sweet, man. Well, cool. I think that brings us to the end here. I'm hoping I actually get to see you at your event if you can pull it off early next year or whenever you do.
Yeah.
Please send me an invite because I'm very keen to check out like what you put together. And yeah, anything else you want to tell the people
And
before you
where
go?
are you based?
I'm in Durban most of the time.
You in Durban? Oh, I'm actually doing like a launch on the 30th of this month.
Okay.
It's gonna be on Tuesday. I'm doing a launch at Reach Durban with Junior Lavi.
Oh, nice.
So you can actually pull up. You can. I don't know how you can. If you have my DM, or you can just send me your number here, and I
I'll
can
chat
hit
to
you
your
up.
I'll chat to your management.
Nah, I don't. I don't really have management. Hey, I just have people helping me out.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
we'll
not
stay in
that
touch,
big.
man.
I'm not that big, so I don't really need like management. So I just have people helping me out. But I do like most of my stuff for myself.
Okay, sweet. Cool. Well
Yeah.
then, yeah, I'll see you on the 30th.
Okay. Just okay.
Sweet.
So you're gonna speak to. You can speak to Balisa. She can give you my number, and we can chat. Yeah. It's gonna be a
Sweet.
really big one because do, do you go like to clubs in Durban, like Reach
I've
Durban?
been like I haven't been to Rich, that's why I'm pretty interested. I mean, I haven't been out in a while, but like I've been to a lot of like big events. Don't worry. Like a lot of big hip hop events. I used to go to a lot of the MTV based stuff. I used to like yeah, don't stress.
Okay,
I know the vibe.
okay. Because since it's on Tuesday, it's an event called Party on a Tuesday that normally happens like in Durban. So this is gonna be like the first one. I think this not this year, like this festive season. So it's gonna be a
Okay, sick.
bang. Yeah, that's gonna be like really sick. Dope lineup. It's gonna be a huge one.
Okay, sweet. So something to look forward to.
Yeah. But anywho, Bob, thanks for having me here on your platform and dope interview. Like I actually surprised that I managed like to speak to you for so long. I'm
A
not a
lot of
man of
people
many
say that.
words, eh? Yeah, I'm not a man of many words. Yeah. So, but I'm actually glad
No.
that I actually made it through. When you said an hour, I was like, yo, I need to tell Pali to cut down on these hour interviews. But I think I actually did well on this one.
Yeah, no, like you did great, and I think we got to hear about a different side of you, like because that's the thing. But I don't think people really know you, like based on
Yeah,
anything. Like I tried
people
to do
don't
some
know me.
research.
Yeah,
So
people don't
like,
know me like that. So actually, I enjoy like doing interviews that are just like based on like people finding out about who I am and stuff.
yeah, that's the whole concept behind these interviews is just to like try and have like that historical record almost of like, this is who the person is.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've got the PR and we've got all of that stuff, and you've got your short little like 100-word articles that go out for the SEO,
Yeah.
and that never tell you anything about like anyone.
And a lot of people in the game actually think like I'm a bad guy
Oh,
because
is it?
yeah, a lot of people like in the industry they think like I'm bad. Like I'm like, yo, these guys don't even know me. Like you're just judging me like, from my Twitter. Because like with me, like Nasty C, like I believed in him like when I first met him. So like if someone's gonna try bashing Nasty C on Twitter, I'll defend my homie because I know it'll do the same for me. So
Okay.
people just think that I'm just a bad guy because like people in the flakes and say, nah, I'm better than him. But then I'll just come and I'll mention like an achievement. Have you ever done something like this? So stop saying you're better than this guy. So people just think I'm just the bad guy in the squad. Like,
You're the Razor
yeah.
Ramon.
Huh?
You're the Razor Ramon. He was the bad guy. He was a
Yeah,
wrestler.
like
Don't worry.
in my squad, people think I'm like the meanest guy because I'm vocal on Twitter. Like I'll tell you, yeah, you're talking shit down. Relax. It's not the time now.
Cool, man. I'm gonna end it there.
Okay, thanks for this interview, bro. Enjoy the rest of
My
your day.
absolute pleasure. You too, man. So that was the Almost Perfect podcast with Audiomarc. I hope you enjoyed that. You learned something new. You learned something different. You got some little takeaways there. I hope you do. And if you enjoyed it, please share it on whichever social media network is your preferred one. Also, you can subscribe and leave reviews on iTunes. That helps a lot. It gives chart placements, and then I get to do things with that. I get to then share that so that people think things are more legit than they really are. So yeah, just go like, share, subscribe, do all the things, whatever platform you are on this. And if it has an option to like it, please like it. And that brings us to the shout outs time. It is time to shout out the titular titles tier over at patreon.com/almost perfect. Now, this is a $10 tier and it is the top tier. And you get to pick your title right here on the Almost Perfect podcast and then get shouted out. So, shout outs to Tyron Love, who is our pantsless weasel. Shout outs to Neil Green, who is the key grip. Shout outs to Riz Ventura, our director of purchasing. Shout outs to Vishendra Naidu, our spiritual advisor. Shout outs to Julian, our king. Shout outs to Karan Sleman, our almost perfect hedge fund manager. Shout outs to our Far East correspondent, Russell Grant. Shout outs to the assistant to the regional manager, Karan Chetty. Shout outs to Kath Jenkin, the inevitable ruler of the universe, and Queen Swifty. Shout outs to Chief Sales Officer of Subtle Heresies in the Greater Overberg region, Rousseau. Shout outs to Stephen Olivier, our executive producer. And then lastly, shout outs to our anonymous benefactor. Actually, lastly, shout outs to you for listening all the way through. And once again, I hope this December brings you much joy and lots of love. And I will catch you on the flip side.